my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, any type of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. Happy Friday! Today's video is going to be football romance recommendation. And I got this video idea from watching Sam from Sam Reads a Little, Tori from Novel Life, Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl, and Lacey from Lacey's Book Lovers. And I just thought it would be a fun one to do this video. I don't really like sports, but I can read sports romance all day, any day. So, all day, every day. And also, today is the release day for Hail Mary. Today is Wednesday the 15th, but I'm going to be posting this on the Friday, and today is the release date for Hail Mary. So I thought this would be a fun video idea. I have 7 recommendations for you today. My first recommendation is probably my OG football romance, and that is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. I'll put the photo over there. And The Wall of Winnipeg and Me is about Aiden, who's this very famous football player, but he works with a visa because he's from a different country. I forgot which country it was because I haven't read this book in 5 years. And his secretary, Vanessa, quit her job because she just couldn't take his behavior anymore. So he goes to Vanessa and propose a marriage of convenience because his visa is going to expire. And for her own reasons, she agrees to Aiden's proposal of a marriage of convenience. And through this marriage, they realize that they are not as bad as who they seem to be, because they both have a very bad impression of each other, and the way they go from dislike to cordial to friends to lovers was so good. It is a slow burn romance. I think this book was my first ever marriage of convenience book, and I love marriage of convenience, and this one was my very first one. But it is also football because Aiden is a football star. The next book I want to recommend to you is The Hardest Fall by Ella Mays. And this book we have Zoe and Dylan. Zoe is at a college party and she goes to the bathroom and happens to see our hero naked. So our hero is Dylan, so she runs out of the bathroom and she is hoping she won't ever get to see, she's hoping to never run into Dylan again because that was so embarrassing. Even though Dylan and Zoe go to the same college, they don't run in the same circles. Dylan is the popular football player, and Zoe likes to keep things quiet. But something happens where Zoe and Dylan have to become roommates, and that is the start of their romance. And it was just so sweet. If you haven't read The Hardest Fall by Ellen Mays, please read this book. The next two books I'm going to recommend to you is part of a series, and the series name is called The Playbook Series by Alexa Martin, and I'm going to recommend to you the first two books because those are only the two books I read from the series. I have to continue on, but the first book in that series is called Intercepted, and we have this heroine who has been in a relationship with this popular football star for years, but she finds out that he is cheating on her, so she breaks up with him. But the love interest in the story happens to be the new quarterback, and that said quarterback is her one-night stand, and the quarterback tries to convince her that he isn't like her cheating ex, and he tries to convince her of that throughout the whole book. I thought it was really sweet. The second book in this series is called Fumbled, and I like this book better than Intercepted. It's a single mom romance, second chance, because the hero and the heroine used to date, but for reasons, and I'm not gonna spoil it in case you didn't read the book, for reasons they break up. But when the hero sees the heroine again, he tries to win back her affections, and I just thought it was a really sweet single mom romance. I really liked it. If you haven't read the Playbook series by Alexa Martin, I suggest the first two books. Another football series I want to recommend to you, and that's my whole point of this video, is the Red Zone Rival series by Candy Steiner. The first book is called Fair Catch, and that is about Zeke and Riley. It's a brother's best friend romance. They do not like each other. Well, Zeke has always pined for Riley, but Riley doesn't like Zeke because she thinks it's his fault that her brother became paralyzed from the waist down. But they have to be in each other's orbits because Riley is the kicker for the football team, and Zeke is another player on said football team, and they end up being roommates together, and Zeke needs help in his classes, and Riley needs help in football. So they strike up a deal with each other that Riley will be Zeke's tutor and Zeke will help her in football. This book was just okay to me. I didn't think Riley deserved
I did like how there was a lot of football content in this book, and that Riley was the only girl in the football team.
And when there was steamy times, that was kind of weird. So that was my least favorite book in the series. The next book in the series is probably my favorite. It is my favorite for now. Blindside by Candy Steiner. In Blindside we have Clay. Clay is part of the football team with Zeke and Riley. And Gianna is the social media manager for said football team. And Clay's longtime girlfriend, who he thought he would spend forever with, breaks up with him. And Clay wants to get her back, and Clay knows that Gianna is crushing on this music guy in school, but she doesn't have the courage to go up to him. So Clay gets this idea: if they make their prospective love interest jealous, then they will want them back. And so they agree to this fake dating relationship, but all of a sudden it's not so fake anymore. And I love this book. The things Clay goes through in this book, I loved. It was so much more than a football romance and fake dating. But Clay is just so sweet. And let me just say that Clay steals Gianna's romance books, and whatever he learns in those books, he does to Gianna. And it is a lesson and seduction book. It is a fake dating book, and it's so far it's my favorite book in the series. The last book in that series that I have to recommend is Quarterback Sneak, and that is Coach's Daughter romance. And we follow Holden and Julep. And if you read the Red Zone Rival series, you know that their previous coach moved on to bigger things, so they had to have a new coach. And the new coach of the team has a stipulation that no one goes near his daughter, because Gianna is studying to be a sports medicine person. And Holden gets injured, so that forces Holden and Julep together, and although it's forbidden, Holden pursues Julep, and Julep and Holden are neighbors. Both Julep and Holden have really tragic family past, and it's their relationship and how they keep their relationship a secret from her dad. But I just thought this book was more of Julep's story than Holden. Those are all the recommendations I have for you today. please let me know if you have read any of these books, and please let me know if you have any recommendations for me. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. That would mean the world to me. And I'll see you Monday. Bye.